I'd like to give a shout out to my Christian and Muslim brothers and sisters who recognize that we're all part of the community of man and that we have more in common than we uh, don't. And to those who are giving feverishly to help others around them. And so I want to start with um, the American Cowboys. I didn't know about this story until recently, but there are various groups of American Cowboys who go to Israel and help pick the farms, particularly since October 7th, with the loss of so many people to reserve duty and fighting, and the inability to tend to crops. These fine individuals have gone to Israel and volunteered their time to pick the crops, tend the crops, and fill the void. And so a huge shout out to them. And one of them in the picture behind me is a gentleman named Joshua Waller, who is the executive director of an organization called HaYovel, which is a group of Christian volunteers in the U.S. that goes to Israel and helps do this. But there are other specifically cowboy groups that go and do it. So thank you to him and to his organization and all of HaYovel's volunteers. Another shout out to Nuseir Yassin, whose picture is behind me also. Nuseir posts on social media under Nas Daily, and he is an Israeli Palestinian who has just this absolutely infectious smile, infectious enthusiasm, infectious optimism, and this infectious embracing of humanity and people. And he speaks out very compellingly for Israel and tries to dispel the rhetoric, but at the same time, always in a very positive, upbeat way. And he travels the world along with his family, and they focus on little-known stories, including small countries such as Bahrain, which I didn't know about this till I saw his video on this, but where they have this very tiny surviving Jewish community with a synagogue facing a Muslim mosque, and then there's as I recall, a Christian church right next door, right by, and everybody gets along wonderfully. And it's a tribute to humanity, and we forget about these things, and Nuseir reminds us of this, and I think it's just absolutely great. So a shout out to him. And then the other picture is of Mark Arabo, who is a personal friend of mine in San Diego. Mark is a leader of the Chaldean community. For those of you who do not know who the Chaldeans are, they are Iraqi Christians, and they have faced absolute brutalization and massacre at the hands of Islamic extremists in Iraq. And so many of them fled to the United States. Here in San Diego, in a small town called, it's not really that small anymore, but a town called El Cajon, that is home to the second largest Chaldean population in America. Mark is always the voice for the Chaldean community and has tried to repeatedly raise awareness of their plight in Iraq and mobilize the government to intervene with some success. I'm proud to count Mark as a supporter of Israel and Jews, and I've been shoulder to shoulder with him on causes related to Israel and seeking relief for the Chaldean community. He's a wonderful man. It's a wonderful community. And the more we remember that we are a community, the more we all are served. And so a great shout out to these fine people.